Hello, Keith. Happy birthday. I am recording this in the car, number one, so that you don't hear me recording this video. And so number two, I don't get distracted by a child running in, which granted, it's very likely they're going to come out of that door because they sense that mother is somewhere in their presence. But I just wanted to make this video first and foremost and say happy birthday. And say what a privilege it is to be your wife. I am so incredibly blessed. We have gone through a lot together, and not just in the past 7 months, but the past, 16 years almost of knowing each other, getting dating and whatnot. I just wanted to take a minute and share with all of my viewers our story and hopefully put up some footage if I have any footage, or at least some pictures of what our life has been like, because we've been through a lot. And so Keith, I hope you enjoy this video, and anybody else watching, I hope that you enjoy this video too. I hope it gives you a little bit more insight into our lives. And so here we go. Our story starts in a smallish town in Texas called Longview. It was actually the town that both of us were born in, and we didn't know each other at the time of birth, but by the time that I was maybe 3 or 4, my mom was doing Keith's dad's tax return. So he would come over to my house to drop off his taxes and pick them up, and he would see the little girl playing in the playhouse in the front yard. And little did he know that that would turn out to be his daughter-in-law. But fast forward a little bit, I have an older brother who is the same age as Keith. They ended up having a mutual friend that went to our church and lived across the street from Keith. So they began playing together, and Keith and my brother became really good friends. Fast forward a little bit more, when Keith was in middle school, he moved to Mississippi because his dad got a pastoring job in Mississippi. And so my brother and his connection kind of, sizzled out. And it wasn't until my brother had found a girl in Mississippi online that he was wanting to date, and he thought, who do I know in Mississippi that I could move in with? And lo and behold, he remembered Keith, and so he gave Keith a shout out. I don't know if he called him or if he, AOL messaged him at that time, but he ended up moving in with him. And at this point, I was in college. I think I was going to be a junior. And I came home the same weekend that he came home with my brother to get all of my brother's things to move out. And it was kind of like our paths reconnected, but in a different time, place, and season, where we were both kind of like, oh, hello, you have grown up so much, and you look so handsome and so pretty. And so the very first time that I met Keith, he called me a butthead, and from that point forward, I knew that we were destined to spend the rest of our lives together. We did long distance dating for a little bit. At first, we just got to know each other. I took a few trips to Mississippi with my friend, and it wasn't too long before we both realized, okay, there's something up with this, I think we should get married and have lots of babies. So anyways, he proposed to me with a ring pop, if you didn't know that, in my driveway. I graduated from college in May. He came in for my graduation. He was there a couple of days, and I just knew, I was like, okay, this is the time. He has the perfect opportunity to ask my parents, if he can marry me. And then I had all these ideas in my head of how I would propose to myself, so I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna do it. Well, he gets into his car to leave, and I'm like, I can't believe he didn't do it. But I gave him a hug at his car, and my ear was right on his chest, and so I could feel his heart just beating out of his chest. And I was thinking, is he okay? What's going on? And little did I know, he got on his knee in my driveway and proposed to me with a ring pop and asked me to marry him. The ring pop thing was totally cool with me because I had already let him know I'm not much of a jewelry person. As you can see, I'm not even wearing my wedding ring, not just because it hasn't fit since I first got pregnant back in 15 years ago, but also because I'm just not a jewelry person. So that was the perfect way for him to propose to me. I still have the wrapper to that ring pop. So yeah, we got engaged, and then about however long it is from May to October, because I don't want to do math in my head right now, we got married in October, and then we got pregnant in January.
Somebody just said, I hope it's a girl, and I was like, oh, that's kind of scary.
And we just kept getting pregnant over and over and over again, and now we are 6 children deep, and we are living in Mississippi, because I moved to Mississippi for him, of course, because this is where he was and I wanted to be with him. So that is our dating and marriage and love story in a nutshell. And since we've been married, life has been a true roller coaster. Because if you didn't know, my husband was a punk rocker. And it was right before I met him that he kind of started not dabbling in that as much. Granted, I did go to one of his punk rock shows, a couple of them actually, before we were dating, and then after we were dating. Then he got a metal band, like whenever I had married him, and we had Elijah, like he was in a couple of metal bands, and so we did like the whole like music stuff. We had this room in our house, like our previous house, where he had his drum set up. We had stage stuff. He had all his guitars. Granted, they weren't his drums because he plays guitar and he screams. That's what he does. I call it screaming. They call it something else. I don't know. It sounds like screaming to me, so that's what I want to call it. But yeah, so during that stage of our marriage and our life, we had different people living with us. We had, crusties. Crusties are people who like train hop and like don't have anywhere that they call home, and so they just travel around with their dogs, and they usually don't shower. And so we had all these type of people like staying with us and living with us. It was a crazy time, but that's how we were back then. Like we were like, yeah, this is cool, this is awesome. And so fast forward a little bit, and Keith discovered street preaching, and the really intense type of street preaching. I will say one thing about my husband, Keith. I will say one thing about you, is that he goes all out. He is all in it. Like, he puts all of his cards and tokens on the table, and if that's what he is into and wants to do, like, you better believe it, that he is gonna do it, and he's gonna put all his effort and energy into that. And so that's what he did with street preaching. And so we went down that path, which led us to like this holiness path, where I discovered like what a head covering was. I stopped wearing pants and only wore dresses and skirts, and just took modesty very seriously. Decided that what holiness looked like would be having a homestead and having as many children as possible. And so we went down that route, and we had been there for a while. And then our church that we were attending and that Keith was pastoring decided to say, you're not allowed here anymore. And so that's another story for another time. I already have a video about it. I'm not going to go into any more details, but that kind of like made us rethink everything that we had gone through, like from the street preacher stage to the holiness stage, to really reevaluate, like, what does the Bible say? What do we believe? All that kind of stuff. And then in December, Keith had a stroke. And so it's been a lot that we've gone through. But I say, like I said at the very beginning of this video, I consider it the highest privilege of mine to be able to be your wife, Keith. And I love the adventurous life that we're leading. I love that we are constantly seeking out who we are and that being primarily who we are in Christ, and that He is continuing to sanctify us and renew us and make us more like Him. And I know that He's going to continue to do that no matter how long we both live on this earth. You know, we both know that our time and our days are written in His book. He's already decided, like, when we get to go to heaven. And so yeah, since I can't be married to you in heaven, I'm going to soak it all in this earth. And I am just so grateful that you were born, and happy 40th birthday. I hope you have the most fantastic birthday ever. Even though we don't have a lot of money, I can't get you anything. I'm sorry. I really wish that I could. But just know that you have something much richer than cash. You have a family that absolutely loves you and feels so blessed to be a part of your life. Okay, I'm gonna get off this before the waterworks are coming. So happy birthday. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Maybe right now. I might be standing right beside you watching this video with you. But for those who are watching, thanks for watching, and talk to you later.